I'm gonna try to just breeze through things. We brought all our instruments so we can explain what some of them are. When we get to the scheduling stuff, you'll understand why. First of all, welcome to our new building. This is where we're gonna have our concerts. I'm so excited. We don't have to try to find times at universities, PAC, because that's the only thing that, only place we could have a concert. The old building, there was not enough space to have a concert. So like the whole band can actually fit on here. So it's gonna be wonderful. If you don't know me, my name is Kimberly Tucker. I'm the director of bands here. This is my 11th year at Tennyson, my 23rd year overall of teaching. Really old. But super excited for this year. Of course, all the new things. We have a lot of students this year. Our numbers grew from an average around 200 to 250 to over 350, I think. So, this new building could not come at a better time. We have one class period right now because of scheduling issues where we have 115 kids in the band in our band hall, and there's still room to walk around. So that would have never happened at the other building. And we've got an amazing staff. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we also have a student teacher this year. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Sure, yeah. Is that the next slide? I don't even know. Mr. Mason, you want to help her? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, so this is what we're doing. We're gonna introduce ourselves, and we're gonna talk about communication. That's changed a little bit. The goals for this year, the issues, every year, there's different issues with scheduling. Our calendar, if you've gone over the handbook that your child brought home, you already know this. If your child was in third or fourth period, the copy machine had broken and your child didn't even get the handbook yet. So I made copies last night, I stayed late, and they'll get it on Monday. We're gonna talk about attendance and grading. We're gonna need a lot of help. Budget-wise, the district, and all over the state, they've cut funding for education. Like, there's no money. Like, our entire district is in like a I think it's like a $10 billion deficit. We're trying to get it to a $5 million deficit instead of $10 million deficit. So anyways, everything is getting cut, which includes the band budget. So we're gonna need a fundraise. I thought about possibly raising the course cost $10 for everyone across the board to help with that, and changed my mind. So we're gonna need y'all's help, and I've got a lot of ideas. I've got a very active parent who wants to be kind of the lead with that, and so she's gonna give out her phone number later so that you guys can get in touch with her if you have some ideas, maybe corporate matching, that kind of stuff even. So the band handbook kind of explain that. What supplies will be needed. If you're in an advanced band, it's a little bit different than beginners. So the beginners will show the instruments and explain kind of what supplies will be needed for them, but encourage you to not go out and get any supplies for beginners yet because schedules are still moving around, and I'd hate for you to buy everything for the clarinet and your child ends up in the trombone class. And then that's a pain in the butt. And then explain the course costs and any questions and answers. Those are the classes that I teach. I'm the varsity band director, the honors band director, and then all of the beginner woodwinds, which is the flute. That's one class that is going to be third period. Beginner clarinet is fourth period. Oboe bassoon is eighth period. So I'll be able to see them every single day. And then the beginner saxophones are fifth period. A lot of the issues with the scheduling is when the counts are scheduled, they just called it woodwind class and just expected that I was going to teach all of that in every different period all at once. And that's not a good way to start a foundation on learning how to play an instrument. So we dedicate just this period as flute, and so some stuff is a little out of order.
Hi, I'm Amber Meeks. I teach the beginner percussion class, first period. I do 2 trumpet classes, and I want to say it's 4th and, I don't remember actually, 3rd and 5th, I believe. I think it's 3rd and 5th. I teach a tuba class and that is fourth. And then, symphonic band, the coolest. Alright.
Hi everybody, my name is Jordan Meza. This is my second year as a Tennyson Band Director, my second year teaching, learning a lot from these guys, so it's been really cool working with them. I teach the concert band, the jazz bands, the beginner trombone, baritone, and the horn. So a lot of the brass instruments, me and Miss Meeks will share and co-teach them. So yeah, looking forward to this school year, and I'll let our student teacher introduce themselves.
So yeah, I found out this summer, later after I had made this, that we have a Baylor music education student, and when you are becoming a teacher, you have to do observation hours, and then you get assigned a school to actually, for a semester, get in and get to teach. So we are very fortunate to have Johnny Wolf.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. As she said, I'm a music education major at Baylor. I have a primary in saxophone and a secondary in clarinet. And yeah, I'm just here to learn what it takes to be band director, all the responsibilities, and I'm also getting to learn how to set up a band program, basically, how to relocate one at least. So that's been a lot of fun.
And a lot of work too. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Smith. Okay, I do want to say, because I had some volunteers. On the first day of school, we did a community pep rally that was, kind of made as an expectation that the band was going to be there. And none of the kids had instruments. I hadn't seen them all summer. So I asked some alumni if they could come and help, and then students that are currently in band that are like in the varsity band, and they showed up at 5 in the morning, and we were on all the news stations. So, well, 2 of the news stations. Christian was interviewed. It was a big deal, and it really made us look really good, and I'm really proud. It's something that I probably wouldn't have been able to do at another school district. This is what our bell schedule was supposed to look like. It kind of looks like that for the most part. First and eighth period are 45 minutes every day. So the idea was that we would see percussion every day, because it's more, they have to learn a lot more. And so that happened. And then eighth period is our most difficult beginner classes, oboes and bassoon, which we'll show you in a little bit, and then the horn. They are very difficult, so that's earmarked. Those have to be those periods. And then our varsity band is second period. We meet every other day for 90 minutes, and what's, I guess, a positive thing about it being at that time is the Waco high school directors don't have classes in the morning. So once their stuff gets settled down, they'll start coming over, and they'll be able to help the varsity, because we do a lot of competitions, and so they'll be able to help pull them out and prepare them for that. We were hoping that we would get the same thing on the opposite day for the symphonic band, but they got pushed back a period. So unfortunately, we won't have the high school directors for the non-varsity and sub-non-varsity band. And then the other beginner classes are throughout the day. So that's what we had sent the counselors, and just based on where kids ended up and what they wanted to play, some of that is getting moved around a little bit. The best way to contact us right now, actually the only way probably to contact us, is through our email at Waco ISD. It's the first name dot last name at Waco ISD for all the teachers. We have a phone. It wasn't working, now it is, and I honestly don't know the extension. So the extension that's on your handbook is wrong. And as soon as I know it, I will communicate that to you. Okay. Oh, that's wrong too. So, like I said, the best way is through email. We're using Parent Square. On the back of the handbook, I have the QR code. Please get registered for that. The way they grouped it was just by the schedule. So I have your kids on Sundays. I send out a weekly newsletter, and I will send it through Remind. I put it on, not Remind, used to send it on Remind. I'll be sending it on Parent Square now. Those of you that have been communicating through Remind, I appreciate that, and I'm trying to respond, but I'm gonna phase that out and go into Parent Square. And then I post a graphic on our Facebook and our Instagram, and I try to also go into Teams, our grade book, and email you that way. So I know I'm pretty sure with Parent Square, you can set how you want notifications, whether that be through text or email. I apologize if you end up getting multiple emails, because I'm just trying every way possible to get in touch with you. All right, yes.
Okay, I'm pushing it, it's not going.
So that is what's on the back of your handbook. I also wrote out the website addresses if you didn't have a way to scan it. The Waco ISD website, if you've gone there lately, it's changed. We got a brand new logo, that's pretty cool. Wisdom Works Wonders. And we have, if you go to schools, Tennyson Middle School, I think it's under programs, services, fine arts, band, you'll get to our site. And it's the same as last year. When they had updated the website, it disappeared, and I freaked out because I didn't have that saved anywhere, and I had spent a lot of time on it. But it was just hidden, so they unhidden it. The one thing that I need to get updated is you were able to go online and pay your course cost or whatever. You could just like pay with a credit card, and you have to update that every year. So I'm working with our secretary to get that updated. She's still having to help with registration right now, so it might take a little while. All right, yes?
When it starts working, we'll shoot out info.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so our general goals is we want individual growth from every student. Even though we teach them in a large class, we try to meet them where they are and make sure everyone's improving. We want to create, a safe, I can't even see it, a safe environment for our students where everyone is included and accepted. I'm just trying to remember.
Creating and delivering quality instruction to all our students, and molding our students into respectful, responsible, and hardworking individuals.
Okay, well, she's saying that. So, our uniform, I have no idea what I put on the PowerPoint. We have two kinds of shirts for our uniform. We are wearing one of them, and you can see on the back that has our motto, respectful, responsible, hardworking every day. We greet the students by saying good morning or good afternoon class, and then they say good morning, good afternoon back. And we say Tennyson Band students are what three things, and they say respectful, responsible, hardworking. And at the beginning of the year, we talk about what that means in band and outside of band, so we've done that. And then for beginners, this is their uniform. For everything, they'll wear this shirt and blue jeans. I don't even care what shoes they wear, as long as it's school appropriate. And then for formal concerts, that's kind of what Miss Meeks is wearing. They have a black polo shirt with white embroidery, black from like all the way to the floor, solid black. We would prefer it to be actual pants, but you know, like we had students that they were wearing black joggers or sweatpants. We'd rather that not happen. So if you can make sure they have black pants, solid black shoes and black socks. But like I said, that's for just the advanced bands, and we let the kids know which uniform is which. As part of the course cost, we let them wear the shirt, we just loan it to them, and then they give it back and we wash it and hang it back up. We now have a uniform room, so they won't get all crumpled and disgusting. We can hang them up, and they're great. However, you can buy them outside of the course cost, and there's an order form for that. With payment, I have to specify to the secretary that this money is for shirts because it's taxable, and then the course cost is separate from that. So this t-shirt is $10 unless you're getting a much larger size, and then the polo shirt is $20. And both of them actually cost more than that, but I just rounded out at that to make it easy for you. Okay, so I went off on a tangent. Oh wait, no, go back. I don't know what I missed. I'm sure y'all read it though. So I'm gonna keep moving on then. This year's theme is all in for our school. We all got t-shirts, we wore them on the first day. That means we accept everyone and we're all in, we're all on the same page. As a faculty, we're going to, make sure we're all saying the same things to your students. No cell phones, talk respectfully, walk on the right-hand side of the hall, that kind of thing. So teamwork, acceptance of everyone, buying into directors' expectations, 100% effort, and then parent participation. We want you as an active, have an active role in your child's education. I talked about this already. So issues with schedules. What we're doing is in our beginner classes, we're pulling each kid in to talk with these guys, and we're giving the counselors a list that has all of the students that are in band right now, and either they get they mark green, they're good to go, nothing changes, or yellow, we need to change teacher within the same period, so that doesn't mess with their schedule at all. But if Mr. Meza has one of my clarinets in that period, I still need to have them under my name so I can enter grades for them. So they'll have to make those changes. And then orange is if they need to be moved to another class period. Like they should be playing bassoon, which is 8th period, but they're in 3rd period flute or something, so that the counselors can immediately see what kind of change needs to happen. And then there are some kids that they don't want to be in band. They never chose band. They don't want to be in there. We don't want to make them do something they don't want to do, so they're listed as red. So we've already given that to the counselors. These are our 3 grade level counselors, and they are located in the different grade level hallways. So we have a new counselor, 6th grade, Davina Derrick. 7th grade is our lead counselor, Elrissa, and then 8th grade is Crystal Dora. And then what I heard as I was running around this morning during my conference period trying to explain this to the counselors, one of the counselors was telling another student as she's printing them their schedule still, sorry baby, you're gonna have to go by this schedule because I have to print and pass out 50 schedules to students in the next hour. Like they are swamped. And then she told the student that they're going to do a code for schedule changes on Tuesday. So at that point, it's gonna open up to all students that they can scan a QR code and request a schedule change. And then it's a Google form, and then as counselors have time, they'll come and get the students. My concern, I'm gonna tell y'all, there's a 2-week window that changes can happen. And so if we are getting close to that end of the window and the necessary changes haven't happened, I'm gonna need to call on you to call the counselors or come see the counselors, because they will make time for you and you're advocating for your own child, whereas they think that we're doing it about us and about what we need for a program, and that it's not about the kid, even though it is about the kid. Does that make sense? So just help us out with that. All right.
You have more power than we do.
Pretty much,
Essentially.
yeah. Okay. The calendar is in the handbook. However, we have a school Google Calendar, the Tennyson Middle School calendar, and that's it. If you want to sync it or into your, or what is it called? Like when you join the calendar. This is for Tennyson Middle School. Yeah, it'll have the football games, the volleyball games, all the fine arts activities. I have access to the master calendar for fine arts. I'm the Fine Arts League here. So I can enter dates and change dates and things like that. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. Oh, and if you have conflicts, because your kids are the ones that do everything, just please let us know in advance. We understand, especially with athletics, that schedules change like that, and it's nobody's fault, but it'll conflict with our stuff. But we've had the calendar set since May, so, but we'll do our best to work with you. And if there's no workaround, then your child will get like an alternate assignment. All right. The handbook, it's pretty similar to what we've had in the past if you're not a first-year student, but there are a couple new forms in the back. I put all the forms in the back.
It's like 5 pages.
So you can just tear it off. One of them is like a consent form, and it's a payment form. When you fill that out, and you're paying, you can put that in the envelope with the money. And then there's one form that you don't have to fill out if you have your own instruments. If you own your own instrument, you don't need to do a school-owned instrument rental because you wouldn't need to use ours. I think that's it. The permissions, the trip permissions, a little confusing, they're shrunken, there's 2 on 1. One is for any trips in the year within Waco. The other one is outside of Waco, if we go to Dallas. And so there's some blanks that you would leave blank because we can't put the actual details. Like it asks the location, you can just say within Waco. Dates within the school year or whatever. The main thing is that you have your child's name and you sign it and everything. By doing this for the whole year, I know that there's apprehension. Well, what if I don't want my child to go on this trip or whatever? Know that, or that you didn't know about it. You will be communicated with about everything we go on. It's on the calendar, and that week I will tell you about it.
And like the weeks prior to.
Weeks prior, yeah. If you have any questions about anything. Also, if you're not getting communication from us within the week, some form or fashion, please let us know because we might have the incorrect email address for you. Because I try to over communicate as much as possible. But yeah, I told the kids, I know school started on Wednesday, but I told them they could get an extra credit 100 if they turned in their forms today, just so that we can start filing all 380 or whatever kids times 5 forms. And we actually type them in, or we scan every single form, so we have it digital. Like back in the day, I would carry big old binders with me every time I went on a field trip that had the permission slips and the medical forms and all the things with me. I'm not doing that anymore. I scan it all and it goes in a Google Drive, and then I can look it up on my phone. But it takes time to do all that. But they're not getting a 0 if they don't turn it in today. It was just get it turned in when you can. Attendance and grades. So what we've already been doing in the past couple of days, the kids have learned how we start class, the respectful, responsible, hardworking. They learn the posture positions. So in band, you'll notice at a concert, they move like soldiers. Like whenever I'm on the microphone or whatever before the concert's starting, they're at rest position. They're sitting up at the back of the chair with their instrument across their lap. It's called position 1. And then whenever I step up on the podium to get ready to play, they all scoot to the front of their chair and their instrument goes up. And then when we put our hands up to conduct, they all go to playing position at the same time. When I do this, they all stand up together at the same time. They know how to accept applause, and they haven't even gotten an instrument in their hand, and they're doing fantastic at it. They've learned, how to walk in the room and leave the room. They learned our attention getter. We say, "Hey, man." They say, "Hey, what?" And they immediately stop talking. You should try to help them. They immediately stop talking and they look at you. And if they don't, we just practice it until they do it right. You have to have procedures when you're going to have 112 kids in a room. We started assigning instruments for honors band. We assign our school-owned instruments to top-down. So next is symphonic, and then concert, and then we've been trying to get jazz band done too, and then the beginners.
So advanced band kids, you guys will have instruments by Monday, and you are playing on Monday.
We're going to play on
Or
Monday.
if you're in band 2, you'll play on
Tuesday. Yep.
But we are playing next week.
Woohoo! They have been a little bit bored. Oh my gosh, block schedule, having to sit there for 90 minutes without instruments is hard. Some things because of block schedule, we are going to really have to get kids to practice outside of class. On the days that they're not with us, they're going to have to put in the time. So parents, you need to encourage them. Don't be like my parents. My parents made me go outside, and then the boy that I had a crush on, who lived down the street, told me to go back inside. That's embarrassing. And then I went back inside, and then my parents told me to go back outside, and then my Siberian Husky was howling and covering her ears. And, I persevered, obviously, but, that's something you shouldn't have to do. And then when I finally got good in high school, my parents came to my marching band shows and whatever, and concerts, and were like, "You're really good." Thanks, no thanks to you. But ways you can help your child is, set a timer, no, you're not coming out of your room until you practice 30 minutes. And then say, "That sounded really good," even if it didn't, it won't in the beginning, it won't until it does. Or, "I heard you do that a few times, it's getting better." You know, it's getting better. Or can you play this for me and point at it? And they might say, I haven't learned that yet. Oh, well, play this for me. You know, just be encouraging of them. Come to their concerts, brag on them. But we're going to do practice charts. So every week, and we're gonna start kind of in September. They'll get a practice chart. On the practice chart will be a technical exercises. It's mainly for the advanced students. For them to work on for the week, kind of give them some focus. If they play that for us, they can get like extra points, and I'll talk about the points in a second. And then I'm also going to include a pop song, like a song they would hear on the radio, or their instruments, so they can learn something from Drake or whatever. I try to mix it up, like I'm sure I'll have something from Taylor Swift and from Drake. She wants me to put Baby Shark as one of them. Just something fun, and they're gonna write down how many minutes they practice, and they have to practice a number of minutes, and you sign it and turn it in for a grade. Point system, so we're gonna divide our classes into different groups, and they're gonna earn points for different things. Practice records, getting their instruments out the fastest, or not talking, or they played this the best. Winning games, different things will add points, and then those will add up, and then whoever has the most points will have a party. I already talked about that.
Beginners will start practice sheets, but it won't be until after they know how to put their instruments together, how to make a sound, how to properly care for their instruments, and then we will start doing practice sheets for them.
Yeah.
But not till they know how.
They'll be able to practice, but not in the traditional way. Like they'll practice, oh, that's another thing. The kids know their musical alphabet. So that's the first test. So they have to, by memory, say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, T, F, E, D, C, D, A. They pass that off, they start on B. B, C, D, and they get all the way through. And then when they do all 7 of them, because there's 7 letters in the musical alphabet, then they do all of them in consecutive order, and they can earn master in the musical alphabet. It's like a huge deal. And the purpose of that is music is built off of this musical alphabet, and scales are the musical alphabet. Can you hold this for a second?
So show them. I'm just doing my letters alphabetically. It's a scale, right?
So it helps them down the line when they have to memorize scales. So they can spend time doing that. They're learning how music theory, what the staff is, what a treble clef is, what a bass clef is, what the names of the lines and spaces are, what a quarter note is, how to count clef. They're learning all kinds of stuff right now that they can still practice. And then, like Ms. Meek said, we will start them slowly with the instrument. I'm not going to hand them the flute and go, have fun. Like, we start with pieces. We actually learn how to breathe first. And they get annoyed because they just want to play, but we start them right. Okay. And band is the place to be. You already know that. Okay, so we're going to need help right off the bat. September 6th, we are doing a back-to-school dance for the entire campus, 6th through 8th grade, and we have over 1,000 students. During lunches that week, we're going to be selling tickets to this dance for $3 a person. So if everyone bought a ticket, that's $3,000 right there. At the door, like if a kid decided, oh, all my friends are going, I want to go too, they can buy a ticket at the door for $5. And then we're going to have concessions that we're going to sell. Cokes for $1, chips for $1. So typically and we hire, the only thing we're going to pay for is we hire police help to be here. Principals will be here. We don't hire a DJ, we're the DJ. We're going to learn how all this stuff works in the gym. We kind of got training, but we were told how to watch training videos and all the stuff. So we're the DJ. We take requests during lunch. It has to be clean, and we make a playlist ahead of time. So the only thing we're paying for is the SRO.
Which is a requirement for us to have
Yep.
at an after-school visit.
Yep. So it's pretty much all profit. In the past, in our little bitty building, we would make probably $2,000 in 2 hours. I'm thinking we can top that here. The plan is to have it in the gym. The kids would enter in right through the gym, because there's doors right there. We would have this blocked off, and we would have the end of the hall blocked off. We would sell concessions in this hallway, and there's bathrooms right there. Like, again, the facility is gonna be helpful for us. The gym is huge, like we would push the bleachers up. I've already turned in the AC request. It's gonna be really awesome. But the help I need from you guys is just, crowd management. Stop running. The sixth graders don't know what to do in a dance, They don't know to dance, so they run around and chase each other. So it's just gonna be, stop running. At the other school, we would have everything all contained in the cafeteria, and they would spill their Cokes, and then if they're running, they slip and fall. There's gonna be no drinks in there, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue. And then obviously parents, manning the roped off parts and the bathrooms, 2 at a time. Okay, you in and out, it's your turn. I think it's gonna be a lot easier, because there's more space for them to run in the actual gym. And then a big thing too is, so that we don't have to buy the concessions to sell, we're gonna ask for donations. You can donate Cokes, the single size snack bag chips, candy, anything that you could just sell. Last year we ran out of drinks. We do have a water fountain here, but lots of bottled water and stuff. And we have a conference room. We have space that as soon as you're able, if you would like to donate stuff, we have a place to store it and lock it and not worry about it.
Yeah, things that can be sold for $1.
Yeah.
So not like the full-on candy bars, that would be like.
Oh, and then manning the concessions, taking the money and giving them the stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of donations, if they can't bring something, we can always take $2, $3 for each purchase. That helps a lot. What we did last year, we asked parents to $3 is really not too much.
And then a parent that's able, they can go shopping.
Yeah, and then
for
we
that
went
as
shopping, and then Miss Meeks did cashier. She handled remember last year?
Mm-hmm.
Remember you did the concession?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did that. I manned the door. We need help.
I'm at the door taking tickets, and I stamp their hand, and then I'm collecting that money too. And then concessions comes and runs and tries to get more change because they run out of money. Because a kid will walk up with a $20 bill and say, "I need one Coke," and then you're having to give out change. So if you have experience in food and concessions, that would be awesome. So there's a QR code right here. If you can help with that, please scan that, and it's going to take you to a Google form, and then I can send out reports for that and say, hey, we still need this and whatnot. And I'll be sending stuff through Parent Square as well. Other fundraisers that we're going to do, we're going to sell world's finest chocolates. It's going to start on September 29th, and I have it running all the way through Christmas time, the whole semester. The one thing that I need to double check on is there are only 6 days throughout an entire school year that are exemption days for selling food that's non-nutritional, like those candy bars, during the school day. So I've asked for all 6 of them when we're selling our chocolates, but it's just 6 days. Outside of those days, legally, kids cannot sell until 30 minutes after school is out. So 5 to midnight. So they can stand out front and while kids are waiting for their ride, are you hungry? Here, but at least it's something that we haven't been able to do before. Each of them is $1. There's something else that I'm looking into where it's like a donation kind of thing that another company runs. And this director was saying, I didn't even tell you all this, the director was saying, because she used to be a band director, that within an hour she made $16,000. I forgot what it's called, but I'm gonna look into that for sure. And then, what else calendars. So Mr. Garcia did something with the choir that I'm gonna steal, where I have printed blank calendars and students can ask for donations per day, like $5 per day. And their goal is to fill up the calendar. So maybe you give, say it's April, and you take, mom takes April 1st, dad takes April 2nd, grandma takes April 3rd, that's $15. Like if they fill up the whole calendar, they can get in a drawing for stuff, they'll earn points, and that's $150. Trying to think what else that I had planned. Restaurant stuff, we're gonna get like Chick-fil-A and whatever other restaurants to, sponsor us for Tennyson Band Night. And anyone who goes and gets Chick-fil-A that night that says, I'm here for the Tennyson Band, we get a portion of that profit. If you guys have any other ideas as well, come talk to us, come talk to her.
This QR code is not for the dance. If you want to help with anything, including
yeah.
like anything, this is what it is. It's like setting up for concerts or anything that you think that you can help with, that's what this QR code is. So not just for the dance, not just for the fundraiser. Sign up and then you can pick and choose what events that you think that you can do. Cool?
I will adjust the form, because I
Yes,
think I had it
perfect.
just set up with dance, but I will add other options. Thank you.
Cool.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so supplies. Everyone in band, I had put headphones. Ideally, we would have enough Chromebooks that everyone can have a headphone, or like use it with their headphones. So with that, we would tell them what day, because we can't all use them on the stage like all the time. We have to say, well, these 30 kids get to use this, and we'll have stations. But those are always good to have, like the little ones. Obviously, they're gonna need their instrument. We will copy sheet music for them. They're gonna need accessories for their instruments, which varies. Every student's gonna need a 1-inch black 3-ring binder with like a clear pocket on the outside, because I'm gonna print a special name thing with their name and the logo of what instrument they play, what band. And we've got new folder folio cabinets, and they'll have a shelf assigned to them where they'll keep their binder and their sheet music all organized. In there, I didn't put it on there, we would like for them to have a pack of 5 tab dividers. We're gonna really make sure they're organized. So like for instance, for one of the dividers would be warm-ups. Another one might be scales. Another one might be their winter concert music. Like we'll tell them where to put stuff so that when we tell them pull this out, it's not like 10 minutes later, like we're waiting for them to flip all their music. Pencils, you need sharpened pencils. Right now we have a couple buckets that Mr. Wolf and Mr. Meza spent like 2 hours like sharpening pencils. They keep walking away. So if you would like a pencil pouch for the binder, that will keep the pencil in there, or they can just stick it in the little pocket inside the binder, and then they always have their pencil when we need them to mark their music. Boxes of tissues. Oh my gosh, we run out of tissue so fast. We need it for the runny noses. For advanced band students, they will need like everything they had before, but they're gonna need a blue book called Foundations. If you click on that, I think it shows a picture and then other picture. Oops. No, it won't go. I will try to send out the actual PowerPoint, but it's the. Wait, it's not.
But we're gonna send
I'll send it.
all of this information in an email to you.
Yeah, but it's a blue book. We loaned it to the kids in the past when we had enough. We don't have enough. We would love for you to have your own. And that book, it will use all the way through college, through high school, college. Beginners will have a method book. They'll use it for the 1 year. It's essential elements. We didn't have enough last year. I didn't have books for my kids, and kids didn't buy them, and so I had to get real creative. And then,
Books are like $10.
yep.
So you get them on Amazon, you get them on at Tarpley, which is the next thing. You can get them at any kind of music store, but they're
Amazon.
$10.
And then once the beginner classes get settled, we will give out the supply list. I tried to alter the document. It's the same supply list that we used in 2021, and I couldn't change it, so I scratched it out and I hand wrote it in 2024. and it has the wrong director names that I scratched out. But it also has the names of those books on it. So the advanced band students, if you want one of these for the name of the blue book, you can grab one. But beginners, it's very specific about what kind of mouthpiece, what kind of accessories, but we don't want you to buy that stuff until we know that things are settled. Is that it, Lauren? And then I put the link for Tarpley Music, and they're like our local supplier. They're on Lake Air Drive, behind HEB, kind of over on the same side as Baskin Robbins, I think. And if you walk in there and you say, my child is a beginner flute player at Tennyson Middle School, they're supposed to have this list and they can help get you set up. All right, does anyone have any questions? Okay, we're gonna show you the different instruments. If you're an advanced band member, you don't. Oh, what? What else was it to go through? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so we have a course cost to be in band and orchestra. And like I said, I was gonna raise it from 50 to 60, but everyone needs to pay it every year. And it helps us pay for sheet music. It helps us pay for clinicians and judges. It helps pay for transportation when we go places. Just operating of the band program in general. And like I said, it's not enough. That's why we have to do some fundraising. The past, I think, 1 or 2 years, I've had to cancel the end of the year field trip because we didn't have any money. Like this last year, we did like a lock-in in the band hall, and we watched movies on the projector. And I got Jimmy John's that the kids ended up having to pay me for because there was no money. Part of it wasn't even my issue. We had some issues with secretary, like spending the money from the wrong account. Was taking it from our activity account instead of the actual school budget. She's not here anymore. And there's like a bunch of deposits that she took and wrote receipts for in May that never showed up in my account. So we're working on that. So I'm missing over $1,000.
There's an investigation going in.
There's an investigation. So anyway, I always feel like the bearer of bad news, like, sorry, this happened because someone else messed up with the calendar, or sorry, this happened because someone messed up downtown, and it is what it is. I'm the head director, I take the hit for everything. And then the shirt order form, like I said, that's outside of the course cost. Parents are welcome to buy the shirts. We would love if you supported us and represented our program. She's wearing hers back there. I've got alumni that still wear theirs. The kids can wear them whenever they want to. They don't have to wait for a concert either. Anything else? Okay, so my advanced band kids, thank you for being here. I love you. We're gonna start playing soon. If I'm not able to get actual sheet music copied, we will sight read like all the time. Did you want to get on the mic and tell them your phone number?
Yes.
Okay, so get your phones ready to program. And honestly, if you want to gripe and vent, as a parent to a parent, talk to her. Like if you're scared to talk to me, you can vent to her, and she'll take it. It's fine.
Right?
Hi, my name is Marissa Espinosa. Everybody, all the kids call me Mrs. Espinosa. ¿Cuántos tengo aquí que no entienden inglés? ¿We're good? ¿Usted? Okay, yo me llamo Marisa Espinosa. Yo soy la madre de la banda y estamos necesitando ayuda. El año pasado, ella y otras dos señoras cuando podían, veníamos a los eventos, pero es mucho trabajo, porque especialmente nomás estábamos las dos madres. Íbamos a todos. Estamos necesitando las ayudas de las familias. Especialmente las donaciones, que vamos a tener un baile, un baile, y después el otro evento es vender chocolate. Ese dinero se va a usar a los niños. Puedes tomar mi número de teléfono y me puedes llamar a cualquier hora. Si tienes donación o si quieres ayudarme, cualquier cosita. You know, mi número es 254 733 0050. Marisa Espinosa. My name is Marissa Espinosa. I've been doing this for years and years. And I've been with Tennyson. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, okay. También está diciendo la maestra, la directora, que si ustedes quieren pagar por el costo, que van a ser $50 por el año, y si quieren comprar una playera, $10, puedes hacer cheque o puedes pagar cash. Tenemos los sobres que puedes poner. Si no puedes pagar entre el año o puedes pagar antes de la first 6 weeks. Sí, con la niña. My name is Marissa Espinosa. I've been doing this for years and years. Since my older ones were real little. I don't work for the school. I am a parent that is very involved with my kids. I'm very proud of my kids. I've been with Tennyson Middle School. Anyway. Yes. I need help. I really do. A lot of you guys don't know that this is a lot of work. Especially you guys who have advanced band members. You guys are in the honors band. And they go everywhere. They do everything. They do UIL, they do all this. We need those parents that are in those bands. Because mine's in the concert band. I need you guys to say, hey, I can go to UIL and watch these kids. They judge. So our kids are left in the cafeteria in a little group. The teacher's not there. So some of these parents have to step up and help. You know, I do everything. I'll go everywhere. This is one of my band mamas here. Where's my other band? There's another band mama right here. Let's see more. I need your help. Please. This dance, it's a lot of work. Lots of work. We need volunteers to man the door. Girls, two girls at a time in the bathroom. We count. I count. All right, 2 girls. Come on, girls, hurry, come on, get the help. Come on, girls, ladies. We got other girls waiting. Back and forth. We need donations. This is my big thing. And I'm gonna tell you all the truth. These teachers, they won't ask you, but I will, okay? We've had to sit here and say, Mama, can you, and she'll stand up and tell you the truth. Can you donate so-and-so? Can you donate so-and-so? She donates pizza, a big old thing of cookies, da-da-da-da-da. These kids eat. Your kids eat. They drink. Sometimes at these events, they run out of this, they run out of that. Me and another band parent, she's not here, her name is Miss Beverly. Oh, don't get your number too. She's trying to watch your grandbabies. We'll pull out our own money. Mijo, go get 2 pieces of pizza and bring me a soda too. Bring me a soda. No kid is left hungry with me. You know that. No kid. Si no trae dinero, they don't have any money in their pocket, I'll pay. These kids, they're awesome. I need your help. If you could just donate. There's gonna be like little meetings before something happens, every event. We'll have a little meeting. If you can just say, hey, Mrs. Espinosa, here's $3. Mrs. Espinosa, I'm gonna get some sodas. And you get some juice. You get a big box of chips. Man, them kids would love it. Or Mrs. Espinosa, hey, I can give you a Saturday though, whatever the UIL, or I can help you do this, or I can help you do that. I mean, we go to these schools, we do competition, we do this and that. The kids love it. Sometimes you can't do it. But we can rotate Like maybe the señor can do it one day, one week, and then la señora can do next month's event, or like 2 daddies over there, this and that. That helps me. That really, really helps me. And like I said, we have fun. These kids love it. These kids are awesome. Write down my number. It's area code 254-733-0050. Marisa Espinosa. And we can just get together and say, hey, Marisa, we got this coming up. You know that calendar she's talking about? That's very important. She's very detailed. Very detailed. And every week you get on your parent square, she'll announce what's going on for that week. You can't say, oh, I didn't know about that. You got it right here, parent square. Even if you don't have the calendar, she's gonna let you know what's going on that week and where we're gonna be and what's gonna happen. Pick up that phone and call me and say, hey, you got enough volunteers for over here? You got enough volunteers for that? Because I need help, I really do. I sure do thank you guys so much.
Another thing I forgot to mention that she mentioned, at the concerts that we have throughout the year, your kids have to come 30 minutes early because they have to go get their instruments set up and all that kind of stuff and find their seat. And then you're left sitting there for half an hour doing nothing. Not anymore. I trust these guys. They're going to manage your kids and my kids. My kids can manage themselves, right? They're going to manage and do attendance and get them all settled. And I'll be out here doing a parent meeting every concert. From 6 to 6:30, so that should be helpful with that as well. And what she was saying, if you do have money, there's envelopes right here and pens. And then right after we go through all this stuff, I will take all that and lock it up we have a money lock box. So when the kids bring money, it should be in an envelope with their full name, how much and what it's for, whether that be the shirt or the course cost. And there's a blue locked box with a slit at the top. And they put it in there and it's locked. They need to push it all the way in there. But it goes in there, and then every day during my conference period, first period, so that'll be probably the next day, I unlock it and I write receipts for everything and I make deposit slips and I bring it to the secretary. So I will give that receipt to your child, and then ideally they should give it to you. And that's the proof of payment. So these receipts will get written on Monday ideally. I'm not coming on the weekend, sorry, love you. Yeah. Cash and check right now, and then once that website gets fixed, then you'll be able to go online and pay with a credit card. Yeah. Yeah. It is scheduled on a different, yeah, we planned around that. I put everything a lot earlier. Oh, thank you, 6 to 8. 6 to 8, yeah. Yeah, so that's another thing, your kids are involved in these big trips and things, and I do try my best to avoid all those. We are going to essentially be done with banding May 9th or something for the advanced kids, and May 12th for like the beginners, because we know of all the events that they have here with the awards, trips, all the different things. And then the last day of school this year is May 22nd. And I think May 19th is our awards. So we'll have a big award ceremony. And in every one of our classes, even if it's the same period, the 3 of us pick one student that gets a trophy for being the most outstanding student for the year. One student gets a trophy for having the best attitude for the year. And one student gets a trophy for being most improved for the year. And then we give out their medals and their ribbons from solo and ensemble contests that they will participate in. And so usually, you know, the kids will walk out and they're jingling from all the medals that they're wearing. And then the advanced kids have other additional awards like jazz band. We pick one student for the Woody Herman Jazz Award, and their name gets on a plaque that stays on the wall forever in the band hall. And we pick one 8th grader for the band director award. The kid gets a plaque and their name gets on the wall forever with the years. So, you know, it'll say Susie Sunshine, Sunshine, 2024-25 as the band director award. It's like on there forever. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. We'll sell them during, so I think that's right after Labor Day, so we'll sell them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during, all 3 lunches. And Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then at the dance. One of the things that we'll make sure that the principals are communicating is dress code will be enforced. There were a lot of angry kids that showed up showing their midriff and all that kind of stuff, or wearing the wrong shoes and looking, I'm not gonna say the word, they were not looking appropriate. And mama had to be called and it was this big deal, so we don't wanna go through that. They are a little bit looser, like there were kids wearing Crocs. I think the kids can wear Crocs now, am I right? Yeah, kids can wear Crocs, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then I will ask about the cell phones. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have to know when to pick them up, but a big thing this year is no cell phones. I think pickup will probably, we gotta talk about pickup too, because we don't have as much parking and stuff like that, so, we will probably station ourselves like all around every corner of the outside of the school at the end of the dance, because we'll need to stand with the kids to wait for their parents, you know, on the streets, so that they're safe for parents to pick them up. Any other questions? Y'all are getting great questions. Alright, just know that we love your kids and we're gonna do everything for them. We love you, we support you. Thank you for entrusting us just to spend 90 minutes every other day with your child and teach them how to be even more amazing. So thank you. For the parents that are starting, they have kids starting band, if you want to stick around. If you don't, if you're an advanced band, have a great weekend. Yeah. Yeah, if you are a beginner parent, if you'll come closer, I'm not going to